Okay, we're in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. This is the 7th DimWit debate. Today we got returning champ and seasoned DimWit debate veteran Ryan Zeilman going against first-time debater from Enterprise Sports and Enterprise Sports Philly, Doug Robbins. Thank you both for coming out.
Sure.
Very simple. 5 rounds. Following each round, we take it over to our tribunal, who will give their thoughts and vote for a winner for that round. Best 3 out of 5 wins the debate. Sounds good?
Sounds good.
All right, cool. Now, before we get into the main topics, we're going to go around. Everybody, debaters and tribunal, is going to get a warm-up question. You guys all ready for your warm-up question?
Hopefully.
Yep. All right, let's do it. Doug, we're going to start with you. How you doing, Doug?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Doug, really appreciate you being here from Enterprise Sports. Recently interviewed the likes of Ken Griffey Jr., Dylan Sprouse, and Tyrese Maxey at the Kentucky Derby.
It's a pleasure. Pleasure to be here. I appreciate you having me as a guest here, and looking forward to this debate.
Cool. Well, you ready for your warm-up question?
I am.
You're a sports guy. We're going to play a game of Hall of Fame, Hall of Very Good, or Bust. So I'm going to give you a bunch of different things, all right?
Okay.
And in their respective category, you have to tell me whether it's Hall of Fame worthy, Hall of Very Good worthy, or Bust, meaning neither. Sound good?
Sure.
Okay. Let's start off with the first one. In lunch items, we got bagel bites. Hall of Fame, Hall of Very Good, or Bust?
All very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely like after you eat like an edible or something type snack you can
Cool.
munch on, yeah.
But not quite Hall of Fame for you?
No, it's not up there.
What would you consider a Hall of Fame lunch item?
Maybe a hot dog,
Okay.
or a cheesesteak, if
Okay.
you're from Philly. Yeah.
Cool. Fair enough. All right, cool.
That's a good answer.
All right. You're a sports guy. Let's go a little bit more in your direction. In baseball, Chase Utley, Hall of Fame, Hall of Very Good, or Bust?
He doesn't have the numbers for the Hall of Fame, so I would go Hall of Very Good.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he quite has the numbers to make the Hall of Fame.
Okay, fair enough. Anyone disagree?
No, he's right.
Yeah, I think
But
cool.
in my
I think
heart,
it's a tough,
he's in the
it's a
Hall of
tough
Fame
debate,
in my
yeah.
heart.
All
I
very
that
good.
guy.
Yeah.
And finally, Doug and ice cream. We got strawberry flavored ice
Bust.
cream. Hall of Fame, Hall of Very Good, or Bust? You a strawberry guy, Doug?
I like strawberry, but not for ice cream. That's a bust for me.
Bust. Okay,
Yeah.
fair. Anyone disagree?
No,
Yeah,
I agree.
that's-
Bust.
Unless it's in a Neapolitan, and then you're all right,
That's even
because you got to
worse. I
get
don't
like
like
kind of all of
Neapolitan.
it together.
If it's vanilla, I'm gonna bust.
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, yeah.
Great. Speaking of which, Mr. Ryan, good to see you. Your first time debating since being married.
Wow.
yeah.
Fantasy football season's coming up. You ready to go?
Oh, I'm ready.
You get first pick. Who you taking this year?
Well, the consensus is saying Jamar Chase, depending on the league, but probably Jamar Chase.
Okay. Well, you like sports and you also like pop culture. So your warm-up question, if there was a fantasy draft for general celebrities, who would be your first overall pick?
So,
Who
obviously,
kind of has the whole package?
I got it.
right. So,
Yeah.
in fantasy football, I would consider this guy like a quarterback, so I wouldn't maybe pick him as a quarterback first overall, but it's hard not to take Tom Cruise. That was my first thought. Mission Impossible, Top Gun. He even played Austin Powers, in the cameo of the movie itself. That's an odd, recognition, but all the girls love him. I would say Tom Cruise.
Cool. Tom Cruise. Good one. Good one. All right, taking it over to our tribunal. We got 2 newbies, and of course we have Heather Whalin
Okay.
back at it, wearing the Enterprise Athletic Sports shirt, brought to us by Mr. Doug Robbins. Thank you, Doug, for the shirt.
Thank you for the support.
Cool. Heather, you've done this before. Let's get to your warm-up question. Which one of these child stars is most likely to grow up and be pissed if their daughter started dating a Puerto Rican guy? So, Heather, we got Charlie Brown, Chucky Finster, and I See Dead People from The Sixth Sense. Which one, for lack of better words, would have a more outdated view on who their daughter dates?
Now, is it Haley Joel, that kid,
Yes.
or in the movie only?
In the movie. So we're talking
Okay.
only the characters.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Because I was like, he was in that old other movie where
Yeah.
he paid it forward.
We,
and
we
everything.
got him, who's See Dead People.
He was
pretty-
just in Happy Gilmore too.
Yeah,
Yes.
oh, that's right.
Yes,
yeah.
he was.
Everybody was with that.
you're right.
I gotta, cause Chucky's like, I love everybody, and he's like running around and being friends with everybody. It's gotta be the white boy, Charlie Brown.
Going Charlie Brown. He's got screwed over a lot too, right?
Yeah,
he's
and
got a lot of
he's-
bitter and hatred.
He's
that
got a
he's holding
lot
on
of
to.
hatred
Fallback
because
and
of
everything, I was
Lucy
gonna
pulling
say.
that gosh darn ball back every single time from him, and that kid would just fall on the ground.
Yeah.
And he was in love with a lesbian.
Oh.
Peppermint Patty. I mean, like, what's happening here? So, yeah, he's got a lot of pent-up energy in there, and I think that would be it.
Cool. Okay. All right, we got Amanda and Mike joining us. They are recently engaged. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
All right, a lot of weddings going around. I love it. How you doing, Amanda? Thanks for coming out.
Good. I'm nervous.
You're nervous? There is nothing to be nervous about.
I disagree.
We do have a new game that we've never played before,
God.
though.
And you're
It's
doing
called-
this with me?
We're doing this with you because I think you're smart.
Okay.
It's called Convoluted Complications.
Okay.
So there's going to be a noun. It's going to be a person, place, or thing, but it's described in the most convoluted, complicated way. You have to try and guess what it is,
Like our
okay?
government
No.
right now. There you go.
All right? So ready for the first one?
Sure.
A bound archive of flattened cellulose layers encoded with symbolic glyphs designed to transmit simulated experience or structured knowledge via ocular decoding. Passive until engaged, then quietly invasive. Carries voices in silence. What is it? It is something you absolutely know what this is.
What? Yes, you do.
So take a second. Carries voices in silence.
The bound
My-
archive.
my-
Ocular encoding.
Y
Bound
equals MX plus
archive.
B.
Anybody know what this is?
I don't have a
Is it
clue.
the Constitution?
No, it is a book.
Oh, shut up.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
right.
What?
We got one more for you. I think this is a little bit easier.
Yeah, that threw me off. And I love books.
Here's the second one. A colossal oxidized effigy
Jesus.
stationed on an island pedestal, wielding a spiked halo and fire-shaped limb extension, symbolizing abstract ideals through permanent immobility. Ready? Here's the hint.
Who writes
Gifted across oceans, now surveils arrivals without blinking.
You know this.
Metal woman, forever
The big lady.
mid-welcome.
Who's our
Wait,
big
give me a
lady?
show of hands if you know what this is.
New York City.
The Statue of Liberty?
That is the Statue of Liberty.
Hey.
Very, very good job, Amanda.
Thanks.
All right, Amanda, thank you for your warm-up question. We look
Yeah, I'm
forward
sweating.
to we look forward to seeing what you bring to the table.
Okay.
Now we got the fiance, Mr. Mike. How you doing, Mike?
Good.
You ready to go?
I'm ready.
Go. You have a pretty easy, straightforward question.
Okay.
Spot the serial pedophile. So, two of these guys are completely normal. One of these guys is a serial pedophile. So, starting on the left, do we have A, B, or the bearded guy, number C?
Oh, God.
Who is the and we're talking serial pedophile, so more than one instances.
I think the least likely to be the pedophile would be the guy on the right. C.
The guy with the beard?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he's just a 9-to-5er. Solid family at home, maybe a couple kids. I think the more
Grand wizard of it.
yeah, underrated less one it would be B. I think B is the serial.
You think anybody disagree?
I think B's too obvious.
I think it's probably going to be C just because.
No, I think it's
never-
I
A.
think at first glance A is like full creep mode.
I think it's A.
Just the way he would look back at
I
you,
mean-
but I think it's B.
Okay, it is A.
Interesting.
Yeah!
Okay.
That's
All
what I
right,
thought.
it is A.
I wouldn't let him babysit my kids.
Stop it.
So if it came between them two.
I wouldn't let any of them
No.
babysit.
We have a pedophile right over here.
All right, thank you very much for your warm-up questions. Let's get on to the main topics.
Facebook Friday.
All right, moving on to the first round. We got Doug here, so this is probably going to be a sports-heavy debate. So we're going to start off with a good one. Round one, who is the most hated athlete of all time? All right, Doug, we're going to start with you.
I would say Patriots tight end Aaron Hernandez.
Okay. Ryan?
Going with T.O.
Okay. Doug, why Aaron Hernandez?
I don't think murdering people really calls for a good athlete or a role model athlete.
Yeah, but that's probably like 60% of the athletes in the NFL.
You know, yeah, it's not the type of guy I'd want to show my kids to play football.
Ryan, why T.O.?
I want to start this off by saying I was and am a big T.O. fan, but from a hatred standpoint, it was if he's playing for you, you love him, and if he's not playing for you, you hated him. So that's the argument I'm at.
Okay, that was pretty good. I don't-
Why is Aaron Hernandez worse than T.O.? Okay, well, yeah, I mean, he murdered people. He was a good athlete. He was good. He was a good player. But I don't think killing people and then the behavior that he acted out in prison is really like I said, the role model type citizen that, you want to look at and be like, yeah, this is the guy that I want to show clips of to my kids.
Yeah. I mean, if he wasn't the way he was, though, who's to say the roast of Tom Brady would have been as good as it was, That was like half the joke.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's
I
pretty
guess
true. He
Steve's
said he's one
holding.
of the best college football tight ends ever for that Florida Gators team with Tim Tebow, but,
Yeah, and listen, I don't discredit that. Like, nobody likes murders. But when he was on the field, when he was playing, he was the other side of the line with Gronk. I mean, everybody loved him as a player. As
a nice guy, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, they had questionable things. They had questionable things in the locker room that they said about him too. But for T.O., I'm going to say it again. I love T.O. I loved him as a player then. I love him now. When he didn't play for your team, you absolutely hated him. He was one of the worst, his sportsmanship was 0 to none, like, going on to the Star, as a 49er, then as an Eagle, and then as a Cowboy, like, those are things you just don't do, and, like, he made sure he ruffled the fans, but he also ruffled his own team. I'm not an advocate on McNabb, like, I think that was more, or at least 50-50 McNabb T.O. on the whole, like, blow-up thing, but T.O. has a way of upsetting his teammates, and has a way of upsetting other fans outside of that team. And he was very hated for that reason.
Yeah, I would say he was more hated than Aaron Hernandez, but I think the weirdest thing he did was when he pulled the Sharpie out of his foot and signed the football when he played for the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, I mean, that was funny,
but yeah, I don't know. He did a few things. I think he put a football or something on the Dallas Star, or the Cowboys Star. And
when he was on the 49ers.
When he was on the 49ers.
Who came up behind him and decked the shit out of him?
Emmitt Smith?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it was Emmitt Smith.
I think it's Emmitt Smith. But yeah, I don't know. I think, I still think my pick, I think Aaron Hernandez is by far a little bit worse. Especially
Aaron Hernandez, was he disgusting as far as what he did? Absolutely. But, like, was he hated? I don't know if he was hated. And again, I'm not defending what he did, but hated and just being disgusted by what he did, that's my argument on two different things. Whereas T.O., he was hated. He was hated, but he wasn't he didn't do the off the field stuff that made you think he's disgusting.
Okay, yeah.
But being hated was definitely something T.O. was going for.
Now,
Ryan, can we get one redeeming quality on Aaron Hernandez, and Doug one redeeming quality for T.O.? Ryan?
Could be anything.
A redeeming quality, yep.
He was one of the best tight ends to play in both college and the NFL.
Okay. Doug, one redeeming quality on T.O.
I think T.O. was obviously an amazing wide receiver. Obviously, besides his antics and doing the push-ups in Morristown, New Jersey.
That was amazing.
Right down the street, about a 5-minute drive.
Yeah, from here,
No, just a great overall player.
Cool. Great. Gentlemen, thank you. Great round one. We are now going to take it over to our tribunal, who will vote for a winner for this round. Heather, let's start with you.
all right. So, AB is more hated than anyone, but Ray Lewis killed someone. Michael Irving was doing bumps of cocaine off the urinal.
He's partying.
There are a lot of other people. Aaron Hernandez, yes, from what he did, but now that we understand more and we've learned about his brain and how it was studied, and it was that of a 90-year-old. And
I know, just back to your argument, AB is probably in that same boat.
Oh, he is in that same boat, the CTE boat, but
Say 9 or 90.
90-year-old.
Oh, 90. Okay,
So when they weighed his brain, our brain weighed something like 8 pounds. His weighed 5.
Okay.
So it was that detrimental to everything that went with him. Plus, he was also struggling with his identity. So that's a whole nother thing. And then with T.O., that fueled T.O.'s fire. That's his hate fire, and that's what he plays from. Being a former collegiate athlete, for me, some people lived on hate fire. Some people pumped up. Some people did other thing. Brandon Graham doesn't shut up when he's in a game. He talks to everyone. I've heard him on the sidelines yelling at everyone. And we love him, and everyone in the league loves him for that. I think when it's hated, AB takes it. He was hated, but between you two, definitely Aaron Hernandez was more hated than T.O.
Great. Amanda, we're going to take it over to you. Are you a big sports girl?
I dabble in it now that this guy is, No, so I will say, growing up, my door in my bedroom was decorated with celebrities, and T.O. was definitely on there, no less than 15 times. So I loved him, but I understand why he would be hated. But I have to go with Aaron Hernandez on this one because I get you had a lot of issues with your brain and a lot of people that, a lot of athletes and they have CTE as well, but you don't kill somebody.
So Doug taking round 1. Nice job. Let's go into round number 2.
So somebody said it. Mine would have been OJ.
Oh, shit!
OJ, that's a big one.
Gosh, darn it!
Throwing us a curveball.
The court cases, he had to actually go through it.
Dang.
The evidence was gruesome. The entire thing.
Yeah.
Going on to round 2. Phillies are playing good baseball. What do we think, gentlemen? World Series this year?
They should. I just got the best closer in baseball.
That entrance
they
was
did.
sick.
I was
That
nuts.
was
I was there.
sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was awesome. Yeah.
But a lot of good Phillies players on this team in 2025. But our question is, who is the greatest Phillies player so far this century? So we're going from 2000 to present. Doug, who we going with?
Me? Okay. Okay. All right. Roy Halladay.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, we're going Doc Holliday. And Ryan, what about you?
Aaron Rowand. No, I'm just kidding.
He might be the most hated
That's a-
player.
Listen, he made a tough play, if we don't remember.
Smashed against the outfield.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
nose,
I was there.
I know this is going to sound cliche. Chase Utley's my favorite player. He's who I always lived through, but Bryce Harper, and I'll debate it.
All right. Doug,
Cool with it.
why Doc?
Well, I was picking between him and Jimmy Rollins. But Doc Holliday, I mean, just the best of his time. 2 no-hitters in 1 year. Like, who does that? Who pitches a perfect game during the regular season and then throws a no-hitter in the playoffs? Just one of the best Phillies. Unfortunately, he didn't get a ring with the Phillies and, didn't live much longer after that. But he was, in my opinion, the best pitcher the Phillies ever got until we got to Zach Wheeler. I think Zach Wheeler's shown a lot of promise, but I still – if you're going back to 2000, you can add players. I think Roy Halladay really his resume just resonates as one of the best.
Great. Ryan?
Doc was the man. He was a great pitcher. He brought something to Philly that we really never had. Like Cole Hamels was very good, but nothing like Doc. But Bryce Harper, all right. Bryce Harper, obviously he's one of the better players in the league. He's obviously had his injuries recently, but that's to my point. One of the points. The difference of him playing on that team and not playing on that team is the difference of that energy that dugout has. The energy that he brings, the contract that he had. That contract when he first signed was a big contract, which obviously today is not as big because of all these other contracts that are happening. But Bryce doesn't come, you don't get Kyle Schwarber. You don't get Trey Turner. You don't get these guys to buy in. You don't get, everything that accumulates to what we are, the run that we had in 22, being as good as we've been these last couple years, the fact that we're on the run that we're on this year, I'm sticking to my guns on Bryce Harper.
Give me a teammate that best complimented each of your players.
Oh, that's easy.
So, Ryan, who compliments Bryce Harper the best?
I'm going to say Schwarber, which that's, a whole other thing with making sure he stays a Philly, but Schwarber.
Okay. Doug?
Carlos Ruiz?
Great answer.
Yeah.
Great answer. Chooch.
100%. That catcher-pitcher combo,
That was it.
It's so underrated.
And remember that
Love
commercial,
that
the
team.
2K commercial that they did where Roy Halladay was on the cover? And
Oh, yeah.
the commercial with
2K11,
Fry-
2K11, yeah.
Yep,
It was
yep.
2K11, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
I bought the game just for that reason alone.
Yeah, I don't think there's too much to debate here. We'll take it right over to the tribunal. Amanda, we're going to start with you this time.
Okay.
We got Roy Halladay versus Bryce Harper.
Okay, so I love both of them. I think that the team that we have now is very similar to the team that we had in the 2000s, 2008 with Ryan Howard and Jimmy Rollins and all that. I love that. But if we're going strictly on debate, I'm going to have to go with Bryce Harper on this one. Just
Okay.
based on debate only.
All right, great. Thank you. So we got one vote for Bryce. Mike.
It's tough. That was a good debate. It was really close. Both players, I thought they picked were really good. It's easy to be emotional, and Bryce is our guy now, so you lean on the recent wins and the hot streaks, and when you need a bat, you get it from him, and he kind of turns the tide. But Doc. I think he was special, so I got to go
Okay.
that way.
So you're going Doc. We got one
Okay.
apiece. Heather, I'm sure you have some big opinions
So
here. Who we
hard.
going with?
Tiebreaker.
It's
Tiebreaker.
so hard because we see a pitcher can make a difference because Cole Hamill carried us, right?
We lost that game in the playoffs, 1-0.
Yeah.
That was.
Oh, that was a rough loss.
Yeah,
that was a rough
like,
loss.
It was terrible.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
Just to,
but
nugget in there.
First inning.
yeah, I know, and it's
That was
so
great.
hard, but I think I could go with Ryan on this because Bryce has reinvigorated Philadelphia Phillies.
He is Philly.
I was
Yeah.
skeptical to see what he was going to do, and the minute that man embraced the Philly fanatic and just went all out with that and had that Philly flair, Roy was more quiet confidence. Bryce, even though he's like a vegan and does everything right, he's still got that Philly swagger, and he will fight anybody, and I love that. Like last year when he stared him down running around, I bought the shirt just because I was like,
Oh, that was such a moment.
I was like, that's
That
a
was such a
moment.
moment.
And I was a skeptic. I didn't want to spend that much money, but damn, we wouldn't be here right now. So
Right.
I think Ryan got it.
All right, we are now tied, one apiece, going into round 3. All right, so let's take a break with some sports and go into a completely different category.
Okay.
What is the greatest video game console for its time? Ryan, what is the greatest video game console for its time?
Man, I can probably make an argument for any one of them for any different reason, but I'm sticking to my guns. N64.
Oh,
Doug?
PlayStation 2.
That was my runner-up.
Ryan? Why the 64?
I still play it today. It's not just like a nostalgia thing. Like I can get people that haven't played the N64 ever, and they play, whatever game we want to play that matches to today. Not all of them do, but you're able to play it today and be able to play competitively, have fun, end up playing it for hours. Like holy shit! Like as simple as like NBA Hang Time, game like that, or Blitz, or Mario Tennis is probably the best game on there.
Smash Brothers.
Yeah, Super Smash Brothers.
Mario Kart, yeah.
Mario Kart, Diddy Kong Racing.
Great.
There's so many good games that you can play today. That's the biggest thing for it. It was revolutionized. I'll wait for that's
We'll get into it.
N64.
For sure. Doug, why the PS2?
Because I couldn't pick Nintendo 64. No, I mean, seriously, I completely agree with him in that sense. But PlayStation 2 is the first system that I got as a kid. I think I already had Nintendo 64 from my sister had it, and I was a kid, like 5 or 6 years old. But PlayStation 2 was the first real console I got, and the graphics were insane. Obviously, when it came out, I think that was like the next big thing. I think that like it killed what's it called the Sega. There was like a Sega.
yeah,
one that came
Sega
out.
was done.
And they got killed because of the graphics and the interplay, the
So
online
much.
play. I think everything was phenomenal. They had so many games for it. I mean, where like the other systems I think were limited.
Yeah.
You had Madden, you had MLB The Show, Grand Theft Auto, all those games. I mean, it was endless, and it was like probably my favorite console. Playing growing up.
Great. Gentlemen?
It's kind of like the last debate. I want to say I totally agree. But yeah, the N64, I mean, it revolutionized 3D gaming, right? So like you talk about like going from the Adventures of Link, and then it jumps into Zelda Ocarina of Time. I mean, I'm nerding out a little bit, but like the gaming system, 007, every single Friday you were getting with your boys and you were playing
GoldenEye.
007 GoldenEye.
GoldenEye, yep.
You're playing that today and you still have just as fun.
Really, though,
All
yeah.
those games. PS2, it's a little bit harder to pick up and play because that was the system that started revolutionizing the graphics, but it's not good graphics compared to today. So now you're playing not great graphics because it's not to today. Whereas N64 didn't try to make a good graphics. They just tried to make a 3D platform. So the graphics aren't like meshed together to try to be like, oh, these are just really good graphics. PS2 did that. So it's harder to play those games today.
Yeah, I like I said, I couldn't pick Nintendo 64 because you picked it, but I think I agree with you a lot on the N64. The games are classic. You can still play and pick it up, and you get that nostalgia too, right? You like It's like you go back in time almost to like the 90s or the 2000s and just be like, oh, I'm a kid again. Like you could still play Mario Kart 64 and have a fun time every single time.
Every single time. It could be
Every
someone
single
that's never even played it. So it's not like there's nostalgia to it, but there's the fact that you can actually give it to somebody else to play that's never played it, and they'd be like, "Oh, this is great."
Yeah. And
You know.
PS2, I agree with you in the sense of no one's picking up a PlayStation 2 and playing it now because like it's almost similar to the games of today, but just worse graphics. Right?
Except
And-
for NFL Street and
Well, yeah, and NBA Street.
Yeah,
I loved
and,
NBA.
those were
And the
great.
Grand Theft Auto, like San Andreas, like
Yeah,
the classic
Vice
games,
City.
I feel like that those you can still pick up and play, but I don't know many people that are going to be like, hey, you want to go come over and play PS2? I know people that would say, hey, want to come over and play N64. So,
100%.
Yeah,
Best game on the console. Doug, what's the best game on the PS2?
yeah, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
San Andreas
yeah.
specifically? Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
That
Yeah.
revolution.
Ryan, best
Hey,
N64 game.
I agree with that. Zelda Ocarina of Time. It's
I love
arguably
Zelda.
the best game ever, but to this day. But
I think it's
N64.
Mario Kart, man. I don't know. I think Mario
For
Kart.
people,
or Super
yeah.
Smash Brothers or Super Smash.
So there's two different categories. There's two
Yeah,
different categories.
I think so,
Multiplayer,
too.
multiplayer. I would say Smash or even tennis or kart. But single, Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never played the game, so I don't know about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I can't figure
I
it out.
highly recommend it.
Okay.
All right. Great debate, guys. Anything else to say?
Go Birds.
Go Birds. We're going to take it over to our tribunal. Mike, we're going to start with you. N64 or PS2?
Stuff. I think if the question were which system holds the test of time and is playable today, I think Ryan would have the debate easily won. Like you said, you can't pick up PS2, but in its time, PS2 was generational. Like
That's
the
fair.
difference and leap of online play and graphics and just overall quality, I got to go with the PS2.
Great. Thank you, Mike. Heather?
Well, I'm dating myself right now, but you boys are doing a nice job over there. But
Yes, Tom,
the
sorry.
revolutionizing, no. Because remember, the jump from Atari and ColecoVision to Nintendo was like you being in kindergarten and then going to college.
Sure.
My dad came out and was like, this looks like you're actually playing a hockey game. I was playing Blades of Steel
Yeah.
and just beating the hell out of people. But for those of a younger generation, you little nuggets.
For the record, I played all those growing up too.
Well, guess what? I'm a PC player, so I'm going to go with that. Beats everything. But because then you could play San Andreas and feels like it's
right.
brand
Yeah,
new.
yeah, emulated.
But I can say that, Ryan, you got to debate because I did not have Nintendo. I didn't have that. I was too old at that point. I went right to the PlayStations and stuff. But I will at 64. That was like that was for your little kids. Like
Sure.
we were too grown up, so we went right to the PlayStations. You guys went to the little kid one because you couldn't play the other ones. But I will say my neighbor's kid had it, and I would babysit, and I would put her to bed at like. She was supposed to go to bed at 8, but she couldn't read the clock, so she was in bed by 7, so I had more time on the game before
Oh,
they
yeah.
got
Respect
Right.
that.
So you win, because I definitely, I love PlayStation. I've
What was your
played
favorite
everyone.
game in the N64 though?
I loved longer adventures. I didn't like I didn't like multiplaying, so I was a Zelda fan. I was
Okay,
those
yeah.
long adventure fans.
Yeah.
But I was like back in the days when we had the Zelda and you had to crawl down a hole and you were like, where are you? And Pitfall
Yeah, right.
and stuff like that. You don't even know about that stuff, but
No.
you're both right. The best
agree.
game ever invented in the world is definitely GTA.
Yeah.
Like all of it, the whole
Oh, yeah.
series.
Which one do you go with?
I would love to go with 6. I've been waiting 90 years for that, and I probably will be dead before it comes out.
Right,
but
yeah,
San
like, they have all
Andreas
those
was
memes,
the
yeah.
best,
Yeah,
and I
right.
still play it on PC.
Great.
So you ought to have a debate on just video game stuff alone,
adventure.
Eric.
My adventure is not shooting. I like
Your
the
adventure.
sports.
So you're
more.
going with
Yeah.
PS2, Heather.
No, I'm going with Ryan.
No,
Are you going
said
N64?
N64, yeah.
Okay, one.
So
You don't take
You're
that.
breaking it up.
Amanda
I'm the
breaking the
tiebreaker.
tie.
Okay, so I never
It's not
played
picking
video
you, it's not
games,
picking
so I don't really know either. What was the one that you had to blow into to make it work?
That's
N64.
N64.
I'm going with
The only reason you like the
As an
N64, I'm not going to
adult?
take this away, but the only
Yeah.
reason you like it is because you had to blow in it.
Well, when you put it that way, yes.
No, don't.
Now the
no.
show's Emery. Now the show's
No, I don't
Yeah.
know. I liked the sound it made, and I liked how like it
It's
didn't
nostalgic.
work.
I mean, I heard from other people, like parents, about the original Nintendo. You had to take like a Q-tip and put it in
You
alcohol,
did.
and
Yes,
I
you
was like,
did.
Yeah,
what?
like
Yeah.
I don't know. I
It was
think
so
it's like
weird.
the equivalent to as an adult. Like, did you put it in rice?
Oh my
All right. So for the first time in Dimwit Debates history, we have a win on a blowjob. So Ryan takes this
so
round, going on to round 4. back on to sports. Anybody bored yet?
No.
I'm having
No.
a great time.
Great.
Greatest time.
Let's get a little boring because we are going to discuss the most boring sport to watch.
Oh my
Doug, what is the most boring sport to watch?
Saw it recently on social media, and then I saw it on TV, and I was surprised that it was even televised. But it's chess. Chess. I don't know how that could be televised. I didn't realize it was, and I flipped through channels on CBS Sports Network and saw it, and I was like, how could you sit here and watch this? Because a lot of people think golf, but no, I like watching golf, but chess is definitely the most boring.
Okay.
I don't know how you could sit there and be like, oh, this is electric.
Okay, interesting. Ryan, most boring sport to watch.
Honorary mention though, during COVID when sports all shut down, I found myself watching marble racing. That's pretty boring.
Marble racing.
Marble racing, but there was not enough
Marble
song.
racing?
But
Invigorating.
my answer is curling.
Oh God, that's one of my
Okay.
favorites.
I know I'm probably gonna lose this debate, but that's all right.
All right. Gentlemen, debate it out.
So first off, my question is chess really a sport?
Yes. Yes, it is.
The definition of a sport involves physical excursion?
No, that's not.
No, I
definition of
believe it's
sport.
the actual definition. It's like the first three
It's
words.
definitely
Heather,
not.
would you please Google the
this up?
definition
I
of a sport?
will. Considering
Tell me
I
the
have a
first three words of
master's in it.
sport. But anyway, so for curling, right? I think the sport's cool. I definitely think there's talent to it. Obviously, it's in the Winter Olympics. But I enjoy watching it for like 2 minutes, and I'm like, all right, I got to change the channel. I mean, literally, it's swift. Let it go, swift. I don't know the words, but like it's boring.
You're just making like
Chess to me is like poker. You know what I mean? Like meaning like if you love chess, you're gonna love watching people play it. If you're involved in it like you are in poker. But poker is only one of those things that people, if you love poker, you love watching it. If you love playing chess, you love watching it. Even if you like curling, there's no way you're sitting there on the couch being like, I could watch this all day. No shot.
I
That's
disagree.
fine.
No, I think because there's a lot of people that play golf but don't like watching golf. I think people say that like it's like watching paint dry. So I don't think that like comparison really works. To be honest, I'm just my opinion, but I just think people that play golf will say I hate watching golf. So I think that comparison was a little bit thrown off. But I love curling. I love watching curling. I'll get my my popcorn and sit down on the couch and I'll watch those guys do that.
You genuinely watch
I do.
curling?
I love it. I when you said that, it triggered something in me because I genuinely love curling, and I think it's not one of the best Winter Olympic sports, of course, because you got so much else. You got you have everything. There's a lot of other sports, but I genuinely, when they have that event going on during that week, I do love watching it. I love just seeing where it's going to land. I don't know. I like the curiosity of not knowing where who's going to win, and I think that's amazing. I think chess though is just boring. Like I said, obviously I don't know. You guys were researching if it's a sport or not.
It is.
It is a
Yes.
sport. Okay.
It is
Yeah.
recognized as a sport.
Yes.
Right. So I remember a few years ago you mentioned during COVID. I think that's when I saw chess. I was flipping through channels on CBS Sports Network, and I saw this guy. It was Magnus Carlsen, and he's apparently one of the best chess players of all time. And I watched it. I'm thinking, okay, this is the best chess player of all time. Let me see what's going on here. And it's just them making moves, clicking a button, making moves, clicking a button, and I'm just like, all right, well, I don't play chess, and even if I did, I still would not be able to watch. I'd rather I'd rather just watch paint dry. Literally.
I'm going to be honest. If it is a sport, you're probably going to
It is.
win. But yeah, going back to COVID real quick, marble racing and 3 a.m. Korean baseball. That was it.
Oh my gosh, I remember that. Yes. I think they had ESPN Sunday Night Baseball as the Korean baseball.
It was literally the Korean baseball.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. No, if it's a sport, he definitely won. I don't have much. Chess is so boring.
Get creative here. How could you make each of your sports more entertaining to watch?
More entertaining. I know it's on ice, but involving obstacles in the way, rather than just being straight up going to the target. Because I know it's hard. Obviously, it's an Olympic sport. But add in some
pieces.
elements, right? Almost like the maxi golf thing in Happy Gilmore 2.
That was awesome.
making the thing topsy turvy or
watch it?
fire out of ice.
It was too much.
It was way too much. But something to pizzazz it, and even for chess, to make it more exciting, have an audience around, make it to where if you go to one certain spot in the entire chessboard, you lose. I don't know.
Doug, how could you make chess more interesting? Well, if you were commissioner of, I don't know, World Chess Association, what would you do to make it more interesting?
I think, God, chess. How do I make that more interesting? When we talked about boring, I didn't think of this question, but I agree. Having a live audience in the background, having some type of maybe a bunch of music, how they have live golf. They have a bunch of music playing while they're playing golf. Maybe something like that, to throw the players off. Maybe have them, like you said, maybe hit like one button, like it's like you're playing Operation, or when you when you hit something, you get thrown out, or something happens to you, you get penalized. I don't know.
Get shocked.
Moving the pieces with your boner.
I don't think there's really. I really don't think there's many things, and this is why I think I'm strong with this. I don't really think there's many things you could change with chess to make it more exciting or more electric. I really don't.
All right, great. Anything else to go on here?
Nah, go Birds.
All right, go Birds. Heather, you're chomping at the bit. What's your thoughts?
There is a new sport for those of you who don't pay attention sometimes. It's boxing chess. So you fight a round of boxing, and then you go to a 3-minute speed chess.
That's how you make it interesting.
So there is that, which I have watched. There's not a sport I haven't watched, people, but actually chess is played, and that match was played in front of 50,000 people. I love chess. I love the mind part of it. I love the tension of you have to hit your timer. I don't know if you watched, the entire chess world was turned on end a couple months ago because an Indian player is a grand master now.
19 years old.
He beat that Magnus Carlsen guy.
He did beat Magnus.
He slammed the table.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
But what I'm saying is that was huge. Like, people actually paid attention to that. So I think that chess is a sport.
You have viral moments.
And not boring at all. I think that sports are so unique now that I hate, even though it is a quote-unquote sport on ESPN, I don't like watching the spelling bee.
Yeah.
I want to,
it's not a sport.
and I'm an English teacher, and I want to gouge my eyes out. That is not a sport to me, but whatever.
It is interesting, though, when they give them those words. And
it's not. To me, I'm like, this kid was traumatized. It's just kid trauma on a stage.
It really is, yeah. They're like...
Because their parents are in the background. If you lose, the parents don't give you food. You have to sit in a cage.
They make you walk out like a walk of shame. Yeah.
They do, and your parents don't even talk to you. And the Asian kids, they get dropped off at a home and don't even get to go home with their parents. It's terrible. But anyway, I digress.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Debate-wise,
I'm going to say chess. From the pure debate.
So you're saying chess is a more boring sport to watch?
Yes, from the pure debate side.
All right. Yes. Thank you, Heather. That's 1 point for Doug. I'm actually going to take this over to Mike because, Mike, you're a big poker guy. And Ryan had mentioned that it's similar to watching poker. So what's your thoughts on this one?
I think similar to poker, if you're in that 95th percentile of skill and understanding of the game, you can really understand it and appreciate it. If not, you're going to turn it on and be like, this is fancy checkers. No thanks. I'm going to turn on something else. Curling, you could be like Ryan said, it's similar to cornhole. I could do this. I could get close enough. Like, you can understand how, like, conceptually you'd be able to enjoy this yourself, and you can relate a lot more easier than you could to fancy checkers. So,
Checkers.
I gotta go with chess being more boring.
Yeah.
Okay.
But have you ever seen The Queen's Gambit on Netflix?
Yes.
So good. 10 out of 10.
It's amazing.
It is a show about chess.
It's amazing.
And it's this girl that...
True story.
It's a true story. It is unbelievable.
But is it more than just chess?
It's on Netflix. Queen's Gambit. It's so...
It's probably chess and fucking.
I was
So-
gonna say,
No, there's none. None of that.
something like
Doug is taking this one. So we are now tied going into the final round.
Dun, dun, dun.
Since we got two Philly sports juggernauts, it's only fitting that we end on a Philly sports question.
Right.
Now we're going to take championships out of it because that'd be the obvious answer. But what is the greatest moment in Philadelphia sports history outside of a championship? Doug?
I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go Halliday's perfect game against the Marlins.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Okay.
Brian, what are we going with?
Deshaun Jackson's punt return touchdown against the Giants.
Damn. Yeah.
I mean, that moment obviously was so cool. It was so surreal. For it to happen, you see the aftermath of Tom Coughlin in his beady red face telling his punter, if there's anywhere you do not kick this ball, it is to Deshaun Jackson. No matter what, you do not kick it to him. And, of course, he kicks it right to him. He fumbles it. He picks it up, whatever. But it's not the play itself. That was great. Down to the time ticked off to 0. But that game turned around the season. I don't know, if you remember as an Eagles fan, as a non-Eagles fan, that game, if we lost that game, we're done. The season was over. Blah, blah, blah. Vic's run of hoorah was over.
I love him.
That game, we won that game. We went on that run. That moment also turned the season around, got us into the playoffs. We lost to the playoffs to the Packers, but that moment.
Okay.
I would love to switch mine, by the way, but I don't know if it's a good answer, if it's gonna be void.
Is that cool with you, Ryan?
I don't care.
What do you got?
All right. The fact that the Flyers came back down 3-0 against the Boston Bruins in 2010.
I care.
And came and won that series. Yeah, I think that was the best moment and not a championship moment. That was what I had earlier, and I couldn't think of it again.
Can I change my I care answer?
Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah. I just think that was the most crucial and biggest, I guess, event in sports history. I think up to that time.
And you're going specifically Game 7.
Yeah, I guess you go Game 7, because that was a comeback, right? The Flyers are down 3-0 to the Boston Bruins. They come back and win 3 games, and then they take it, I think it goes to overtime in Game 7, and they win that game, and it was the most incredible comeback. I mean, and I'm about 14, 15 years old at the time, so I'm really into sports at that time. I feel like that's when a lot of people pick up sports, and I was just so passionate about the Flyers at that time, and that was the most amazing thing to ever see. I'm like, how did this happen? I mean, they even came back down in Game 7. It was incredible.
Great.
Truly, that's tough. I mean, that's the last good memory of the Flyers I have in the stretch of my time was that moment. So, kudos to the argument. But I'm
Sorry to change my answer.
Nah, listen, it's all good. Go Birds. Either way, our expectations to that season. That was the point I was having, was not where it ended up being. We shouldn't have made the playoffs. Kevin Cobb was originally the quarterback to start the season. I'm throwing in a name, right?
Shit.
Kevin Cobb. It was the game where we played the Packers. We were wearing the throwback jerseys.
He got knocked out in 2 seconds.
And he got knocked out.
Jerseys were
and Vic comes in, and Vic lights it up. We lose that game.
But he killed it.
We were 50-50 up until the Giants game, and then that moment happened, and it completely turned around the season. Everybody was starting to act like, oh, my God, we're actually going to make a run.
I remember hearing the Giants broadcast of that, too. It was kind of pleasing to listen to, even though I'm not an Eagles fan.
But, that moment was definitely a turning point for that season and that era, and that was the last time that we truly enjoyed Andy Reid.
Right.
That's literally the last season we enjoyed Andy Reid.
Okay, beautiful. Anything else to say, Doug?
No, I think those were both really good answers.
Great. Taking it over to the tribunal who will decide the winner of this debate. Amanda, let's start with you.
Wow. I have no fucking idea what any of those events are. They sound really exciting. Okay, so I am one of those people, I like instant gratification, and I feel like I would have liked the football play better than the hockey, because the hockey was over an extended period of a couple games.
It was a whole series, yeah.
Yeah, which is awesome. I love a good comeback story, but I don't like surprises, so
I forgot to make a point too. We were down, 21 points
The Eagles were down that game, yeah.
We were down 21 points in 8 minutes left.
Yeah,
that
sounds
I think it was more. I think it was 20.
I was just mentioning
the story, yeah.
Yeah, I was mentioning the moment, but the whole significance of it.
Cool.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds sick, and they both sound really great. I'm loving this for everybody. But I'm gonna have to go with the whole football one because it happens right now, and I need to know. Yeah.
Heather?
Oh, me? Okay. Miracle at the Meadowlands has 4 of them. There's only one Flyers event that happened like that.
The 3-0 comeback, yeah.
Yeah.
Never happened in basketball, yeah.
It's never happened, and I just think I am older than you guys, so when you were 14, I was going to the games and had a house and stuff like that, but it was
20.
I had a house.
the single greatest run that I had seen in a while. And remember, I grew up in the love of the Flyers, because my favorite player of all time is Rick Tocchet. So that tells you, goes to show you. I knew Eric Lindros. I knew all them because they lived around here. I knew Brenda Moore. I knew all those guys. Loved that crew too.
They all lived in this area because of the
Yep,
practice facility.
they all lived because it was right by my house, and we would just go watch them play all day. So we knew a lot of those guys. I worked at the Olive Garden right there. Shout out OG.
Shout out.
And
Shout out
but
unlimited breadsticks.
it was the unlimited breadstick. You can sponsor this if you want. I'm going with you.
Okay.
Going
So
with
we
Doug.
have a vote for the Flyers?
Yes.
Mike,
He's a news reporter.
you are going to decide the winner
the
of this
Eagles?
debate. Are we going with Ryan
I know him as
and the Miracle at New
And
Meadowlands or
interception.
Doug
And ran it back.
on the Flyers comeback?
Before he makes his point, I just want to make a note that whatever you decide, I know that it's going to burn you to make the right decision.
He's going to be talking about this the entire car ride.
Yep.
So thank you everybody in advance for making him.
I'm sorry,
break the
but
tie.
I- yeah.
It's cool. It's fine.
Probably too biased to give what could be the right answer, and I absolutely hate the Eagles.
You don't want to say the Eagles.
Absolutely hate the Eagles, but I remember that play when it happened, and do not kick to him whatsoever, no matter what. And the emotion in that game, and like you see today with the ESPN analytics percentage to win, whatever it had to be in that moment. Was
I think it was
so
legitimately
low.
like 1 or 2%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was something crazy. Yeah.
And you just never know like the weight of one play, and that one play was sick. That was just, it hurt. And I hate the whole division, but you got to hate
And it
the
hurts
Eagles
you to
because they're
pick the
local,
Eagles,
and
doesn't
it
it?
hurts. And that.
It hurts.
And
to
I
pick
could
them.
feel your emotion in experiencing the win, and I'm like, fuck them birds on the other side.
Dude, I was working at
Hey,
I was,
Michael Parsons.
yeah, I was
high five.
working at Target at the time, and I just remember like being on break
Too
and
soon?
I'm watching the whole like breakdown of it, and they're like,
You'll
"Where's
never
Ryan at?"
win.
And I'm
You
like,
live in Jerry's world.
turning my
Yeah,
walkie off.
yeah.
So, Mike, you're going with Miracle at New Meadowlands.
I
Can you
have
just
to,
give me
yeah.
a go, birds?
No birds.
All right, Ryan, let's hear the Go Birds from you.
Go Birds!
Ryan is coming out as winner of this debate. Well done, both of you. Ryan, I think this is your second win.
Second, and ironically, both sports related.
Yeah, there you go. And Doug, you came out here for the first time. You
appreciate
did
it,
well,
man.
and you went to the
I
last
tried.
round. Did you have fun?
Yeah, I had fun.
Cool.
It was great, man. Appreciate
Well,
having me.
again, find Doug at Enterprise Sports and at Enterprise Sports Philly on
Enterprise
Instagram.
Philly. Yeah, Enterprise Philly.
Enterprise Philly. So Enterprise
yep,
Philly.
yep.
Cool. Well, we appreciate you, and we hope to see you back
Give
here.
him a
All
wiggle.
I appreciate it. Thank
Cool.
you so much.
right. Thanks again, guys. See you next time.
Cool.
I don't like watching the spelling bee because their parents are in the background. If you lose, the parents don't give you food. You have to sit in a cage.
Negus.
It's just kid trauma on a stage.
Negus. What is the definition?
a king. It's used as a title of the sovereign of Ethiopia.
Andrew, would you say the word loudly for the judges?
Negus.
One more time?
Negus. Negus. Negus.